3 weeks after Arthur Thorne's funeral, Maya was pouring coffee when the lawyers walked in. 3 men in charcoal suits, briefcases gleaming, shoes that had never seen a subway. They stood in the iron skillet's doorway like they'd entered the wrong building. Maya was refilling Jerry's cup. Rizzo hissed from the kitchen. That's a lawyer walk. The tall one moved like crowds should part. Mid-40s, severe jawline, silver at the temples. His eyes swept the diner, calculating worth. She knew that face, the obituary. Arthur's son, Dominic Thorne. Nothing like Arthur. Arthur had been soft, gentle, always smiling. This man looked like he'd forgotten how. They walked to booth 4, Arthur's booth. Maya's hand tightened. 3 weeks empty. She'd kept it that way without meaning to, steering customers elsewhere. Each morning, phantom coffee poured, reaching for oatmeal before remembering. The lawyers sat. Briefcases clicked against Formica. Navy folder, gold lettering. Dominic sat last, didn't remove his coat, spine straight, checking his watch. Platinum. "I've got it," Maya told Rizzo. She grabbed menus. The rush clattered. Fleetwood Mac played. "Welcome to the Iron Skillet. Coffee?" "We're here for Maya Lopez." Silver-haired lawyer, courtroom voice. Maya froze. "That's me." Bad news smile. "We need to discuss a legal matter." "I'm working." "This won't take long," Dominic said. Deeper voice than expected. Rough. He hadn't looked at her yet. She sat, kept menus like armor. "Ms. Lopez, I'm Gerald Henderson with Whitmore & Associates. This is David Park and Dominic Thorne, executor of Arthur Thorne's estate." Estate. Executor. "Arthur Thorne's will has been executed. You've been named as a beneficiary." "Beneficiary? I don't understand." "Mr. Thorne left you property, the residence at 412 Elm Street." Kitchen pan dropped. Crash echoed. Maya laughed, not happily. "That's not possible." "Why would he do that?" She looked at Dominic. "I brought him coffee. I didn't even know his last name until the obituary." Dominic's jaw tightened. Wouldn't meet her eyes. "My father's wishes were clear." "The will includes a letter," Park said. Cream paper, shaky handwriting. Arthur's. Her hands shook. She opened it. "Dear Maya, I'm sorry to surprise you. I imagine my son is sitting there looking uncomfortable. It isn't a mistake. You showed up every morning for 6 months and never asked for anything. You listened when I talked about my trains, about Rose, about the house that's too big and too quiet. You made me feel like a person, not a project. I'm leaving you the house because you know how to build a home. My son Dominic knows how to build empires, but he's forgotten how to live in them. Maybe you can teach him. Either way, the brownstone is yours. You earned it by never trying to. Thank you for seeing me. Arthur." Maya read it twice, set it down carefully. "He wants me to teach you." Dominic finally looked at her. Gray eyes, colder than Arthur's. "I am aware of how that sounds." Before we dive deeper into this story, I need your help. We are on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers, and every single subscription gets us closer to that goal. If you enjoy stories about complicated love, about people who choose each other despite the odds, please hit that subscribe button. And I'd love to know, where are you listening from? Drop a comment and tell me your city or country. Building this community means everything, and knowing where you all are from makes it even special. The property is valued at $2.3 million. I don't want it. Henderson blinked. I don't want it. Maya's voice climbed. I didn't ask for this. I brought him oatmeal. I sat with him. I didn't do it for a house. Nevertheless, the will is legally binding. So I'm stuck? Sharp laugh. Stuck with a house I can't afford because your client felt guilty? Dominic flinched. Good. Property taxes are more than I make yearly. The roof's half gone. She still held menus. Set them down. This is insane. You could sell. Or keep it, Dominic said quietly. If you want. Maya looked at him, exhausted beyond sleep. Guilty. Why are you here? I'm the executor. You could have sent them alone. His fingers drummed once, stopped, checked his watch without registering time. I owed him this, being here. I should have been here 3 weeks ago, before Arthur died alone. Maya stood. The lawyers stood. Dominic stayed seated. I need to get back to work. Henderson offered a card. We'll need your signature. I'll call. She walked to the counter. Through the window, she watched Dominic stare at Arthur's letter. Then he looked up, straight at her. This wasn't over. Dominic arrived wearing designer jeans and a $400 shirt. Maya stood on the porch, work boots, paint-stained overalls, borrowed tool belt. She looked at his outfit, handed him a crowbar. What's this for? Dining room radiators seized. We bleed it before winter or the first floor stays cold. Dominic looked at the crowbar like she'd handed him a snake. I thought we'd start simpler. Nothing simple about this house, that's the point. Inside, dining room worse in daylight. Water damage, stained ceiling, wallpaper peeled. Corner, ancient cast iron radiator sat like judgment, paint covered. Maya knelt. You bleed these old systems or they never heat. See this valve? We open it, let air out, close again. That's it. If it cooperates. It didn't. Dominic applied crowbar. Valve didn't budge. More pressure. Nothing. Designer shirt darkened with sweat. You're doing it wrong, Maya said. I'm applying torque exactly. You're thinking like an engineering problem. It's 100-year-old metal painted over 17 times. You have to feel it. Feel it? Yes. She took it, positioned differently, applied pressure gradually, testing. Something gave. She adjusted. Valve groaned, turned. Rust-colored water hissed out. How? My mom's building had these. I learned young. She handed it back. Your turn. Second floor bedroom. Same process. By noon, Dominic had ruined his shirt, rust stain across chest, hands filthy. When the valve finally gave, it sprayed him in the face with water smelling like pennies and regret. Maya, doorway, almost didn't laugh. Almost. You find this amusing, Dominic said, wiping his face. I find it educational. For whom? Both of us. She tossed a rag. You're learning money doesn't fix everything. I'm learning you're capable of not quitting. Dominic looked at her, really looked. You thought I'd quit? I thought you'd last 2 hours before calling Henderson. I made a deal. Rich people break deals when inconvenient. My father thought I was like that. That's what the letter meant, that I only solve problems with capital. Maya sat on windowsill. Outside, Elm Street quiet. Afternoon light through trees. Arthur said you used to build things, kid days, model rockets, science fair. You'd stay up all night in the garage. Dominic's expression shifted. He told me that? He told me lots. Said you were brilliant, could fix anything. Then college, you stopped building things and started building companies. Companies employ people, generate revenue. Companies don't care if you're happy as long as quarterly reports look good. Dominic set down crowbar, sat on the floor, back against wall, exhausted. After my mother died, I was 26, business school, company struggling. I thought if I could fix it, make it profitable, he'd come back, be himself again. So I worked. 80 hours, 90, restructured, expanded, built it 10 times its size. And he still fell apart. Company didn't matter. Money didn't matter. I'd solved the wrong problem. You can't solve grief, Dominic. I know that now. Do you? What do you mean? You're here trying to fix this house because you think it'll fix what happened, but he's gone. The house won't bring him back. Then why are you here? Maya looked around. Dust motes in afternoon light, yellow wallpaper, creaking boards. Everything needed work. Because he asked me to be, and because maybe some things are worth fixing even if they can't fix you back. They worked silently after, stripping wallpaper, testing boards, opening windows closed for years. 4 p.m., they discovered the master bedroom, Arthur's bedroom. Bed made, military corners, book on nightstand, bookmark in place, reading glasses beside. Everything arranged like he'd just stepped out. Dominic stood in the doorway, didn't enter. We don't have to do this room, Maya said quietly. Yes, we do. but he didn't move. Maya walked past, opened curtains. Afternoon light poured in, revealing dust. Opened window, fresh air pushed in. "Tell me about your mom." "What?" "Arthur talked about her. Rose. Said she made the house feel alive." Dominic was quiet so long Maya thought he wouldn't answer. "She sang, all the time. Cooking, cleaning, gardening. Off-key, didn't care. She made my father laugh. He was serious, intense. She was light. And when she died, the light went out. For both of us." "How old were you?" 25. Breast cancer. 18 months from diagnosis to... Stopped. "I was in Singapore. Another deal. By the time I flew back, she was unconscious. I never said goodbye." Maya understood. Morning shifts, untouched oatmeal, a desperate need to fix the house. Still trying to say goodbye. "Come here," she said. He didn't move. "Come here," gentler. He walked in, stood beside her on the window. "Your mom planted that garden," Maya said, pointing to overgrown mess below. "Arthur showed me pictures. Roses, her favorite." Dominic looked down. Garden unrecognizable, weeds and wild growth. "We could restore it. Not to how it was, we can't do that, but to something new, something that honors what it was." Dominic's jaw worked. Nodded once. Couldn't speak. They stood in late afternoon light in Arthur's bedroom, looking at Rose's garden. For the first time since entering the house, Maya saw Dominic cry. Quietly, tears tracked down his face, cutting lines through rust and dust. He didn't wipe them, just stood there, finally letting himself feel. Maya didn't say anything, just stood beside him, present. After a while, "I don't know how to do this." "Do what?" "This. Grief. Feeling things. I've spent 20 years making sure I don't have to." "You're doing it now." "It's terrible." "Yes." "Does it get easier?" "No, but you get stronger." Dominic wiped his ruined sleeve and looked at Maya. "Thank you." "For what?" "For not leaving me alone with it." Something shifted between them, something neither had words for. Air felt different, charged. Maya looked away first. "We should call it, getting late." "Right, yes," cleared Hurt. "Same time tomorrow?" "Same time." At the door, Dominic paused. "Maya." "Yeah?" "I know I'm supposed to be learning about building homes instead of building empires, but I think maybe you're learning something too." "What's that?" "That it's okay to let someone help, even if they're terrible at bleeding radiators." Maya almost smiled. "You're getting better." Liar. This time she did smile. "Okay, you're terrible, but you're showing up. That counts." After he left, Maya stayed, walked through worked rooms. Dining room with half-bled radiators, bedroom with stripped wallpaper, Arthur's room with fresh air and open curtains, and train room where tiny figures stood forever in tiny diner, frozen and seeing each other. She touched miniature Maya, miniature Dominic. "What were you trying to tell us, Arthur?" Outside, sun set over Elm Street, brownstone's shadow stretched across overgrown garden. Tomorrow they'd start on the kitchen. Tomorrow more seized pipes and ruined shirts and moments standing together in rooms full of memory. But tonight, Maya drove home to her small apartment carrying the smell of old wood and rust. For the first time since Arthur's funeral, she didn't feel alone. The next morning, Maya tore up a check for $47,000. 6:03 a.m., pre-dawn lull, sky dark. Dominic walked in alone, navy suit, same exhausted look, booth 4. Maya was refilling coffee, heard the bell, footsteps, vinyl creaking, didn't turn. "I've got it," she told Rizzo. She poured without asking. "Good morning," Dominic said. Maya didn't respond, started walking. "I'd like to order." She stopped, pulled out her pad. "What did my father eat?" "Too intimate for 6 a.m. Black coffee, oatmeal, dry toast." "I'll have that." When she brought it, he was on his phone, oatmeal untouched, toast pale and stiff. "Can we talk about the house?" "I'm working." You have to accept it. I don't have to do anything. Voice low. Jerry, 2 booths over. Your father left me a house I can't afford. That's not a gift, that's a burden. Dominic's jaw worked. The estate can cover taxes. I've spoken to Henderson. I don't want your money. It's not my money. Same thing. It's not. Voice rose. Jerry looked. Dominic lowered it. My father wanted you to have it. I'm trying to make it possible. Why? Because it's what he wanted. No. Maya set the pot down hard, sloshed. Why do you care? You didn't care 3 weeks ago, 6 months ago when he stopped leaving except to come here. Why now? Dominic went still, fingers curled. You don't know anything about my relationship with my father. I know he talked about you every morning for 6 months, made excuses, work, travel, time zones. I know he stopped around month 4. Recognition crossed his face. I was building something. Singapore. He died alone, Mr. Thorne. Broken glass between them. Dominic looked at oatmeal, picked up spoon, set it down. I know. Enjoy your breakfast. 3 steps. I'll be back tomorrow, same time. She didn't turn. He came back, 6 a.m., same booth, same order, same untouched oatmeal. And the next morning and after. Day 4, Rizzo smoking. Your boyfriend's here. He's not my boyfriend. Dominic was reading newspaper, didn't look up. Coffee? Please. When she brought it, he was on his phone, untouched oatmeal. You hate oatmeal, Maya said. What? 4 times, haven't finished once. I'm not hungry. Then why come? He pulled an envelope from his jacket, set it down. A check. First year's taxes, repairs, roof, furnace, plumbing. Maya stared, didn't touch it. You shouldn't be penalized. This is exactly it. Voice level through force. You think every problem has a price tag. This one does. Your father didn't leave me a house. He left me a responsibility I didn't ask for. That's not what he meant. How would you know? Sharper. You weren't there. I was. Every morning. Trains, your mother's garden, how the house sounded different after she died. I know that house better and I've never been inside. Pain crossed his face, vanished. Then go inside. See it before you decide. I've decided. Then decide again. He stood, left 220s. I'll pick you up tomorrow, 2 p.m. I'll be outside. He left. Bell chimed. Jerry applauded slowly. Maya grabbed the envelope. $47,000. Dominic Thorne, executor. She stared, then, with witnesses, tore it. Half, quarters, eighths. Pieces fell like snow. Rizzo came out. 47 grand. I'm aware. He'll come back. Rizzo picked up a fragment. You think rich people hear no. They hear negotiate. I'll say it louder. Won't matter. You're a project. Maya swept pieces into her apron. Normal work resumed. At 2 p.m., a black Mercedes pulled up. Maya stood in afternoon sun. Dominic leaned across, opened the door. I'm not getting in. Yes, you are. You're curious. She hated that he was right. Got in. Leather smell. Seat adjusted automatically. Classical music. They drove through Iron Heights silently. Waterfront, old factories becoming lofts, streets turning up and coming. Elm Street appeared. Victorians, big trees, iron fences. Dominic parked at 412. The Thorne brownstone. 3 stories, dark brick, tall windows, Victorian trim, deep blue. Porch swing motionless, missing shingles, sagging gutters. But underneath, what it had been, could be. Bigger than I remembered, Maya said. 7 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, original hardwood, 1887. He got out. Maya followed. Cracked path, weeds, creaking steps, old brass key. Door opened. Maya smelled home. Not hers, someone's. Old wood, dust, something floral. Dark entryway. Dominic flipped a switch. Chandelier flickered, half dead. Maya stepped inside. Hardwood scarred and beautiful. Curved staircase, carved banister. Left, sheeted living room. Right, dining room, table for 12. Everywhere, Arthur. He loved this house, Dominic said. People told him to sell after my mother died. Too big, too expensive. He refused.
Maya walked to living room, pulled off sheet, burgundy velvet worn shiny. Where's the train room? Dominic went still. How did you know? He talked about it every morning. Third floor, last door left. If you're wondering what Maya finds in that train room, don't go anywhere. What happens next will break your heart in the best way. But first, if this story is making you feel something, hit that like button. And if you know someone who's forgotten how to slow down, share this with them. Maya climbed, creaking stairs. Second floor, closed doors, kept going. Third floor, smaller, dormers, 3 doors. She opened the last one, gasped. Enormous room, slanted ceiling, covering everything, a world. Model trains, dozens, tracks through miniature towns, bridges, tunnels through papier-mâché mountains, hand-painted buildings, tiny people, wire foam trees. Arthur's world, built alone. Maya knelt by the main track, note card under the station. Thorne Junction, built 1967, expanded 2018, population 1. Footsteps behind. Dominic stared like he'd never seen them. I didn't know. Kid days, this was storage. When did he build this? After your mother died. Gave him something. Somewhere not empty. Dominic walked in, knelt by an unseen section. Tiny diner, chrome and neon. The iron skillet. Arthur had built it. In front, tiny figure. Brown hair bunned. Teal dress. Coffee pot. Maya. He made you, Dominic said, voice thick. Both of us. Beside her, a man in suit, tall, briefcase, watching trains but not quite there. He saw you, Maya said quietly, even when you weren't. Dominic touched the figure. Hand shook. I'll help you fix the house. What? I'll help. Myself. Not contractors, not money. Me. He stood, faced her. My father wanted you to learn something. Maybe this is where it starts. Maya shook her head. You don't know home repair. Teach me. Why would I? Because you're keeping it. Certainty. You knew when you walked in. Standing in Arthur's train room, looking at tiny diner, at myself, at Dominic's figure forever watching. He was right. I keep the house. You help repair it. Your hands. No contractors, no money. Just labor. Agreed. When it's done, you leave. No strings. He hesitated. Taxes? I'll figure it out. He extended his hand. Deal. Maya shook it. Soft palm, no calluses. About to change.
3 weeks later, Maya arrived to find Dominic in the yard with a clipboard. Not a good sign. Behind him, white vans idled. Premier Restoration Services in gold lettering. 2 men in polos unloading equipment. Maya parked, got out slowly. What's going on? I had an idea. He had that look, CEO look, the one she'd seen fade but apparently hadn't died. About the house. What kind? Remember how we talked about turning the first floor into a community space for seniors, like my father wanted? Maya remembered. Late night on porch, sharing takeout. Arthur's loneliness. Diner, his only social connection. Dominic had wondered what if the brownstone became that for others. Maya had loved the idea. Apparently, Dominic had loved it too. Wrong way. I remember, carefully. I put together a proposal, handed her clipboard. A senior social club, open 4 days weekly. Coffee, activities, lending library. Fully funded through endowment, self-sustaining. We'd need to finish renovations faster, obviously, which is why I called Premier. Electrical and plumbing done in 2 weeks. Stop. Dominic stopped. Contractors kept unloading. What is this? Maya gestured. Spreadsheets, contractors, endowments? This is you solving with money again. The endowment ensures sustainability. We were supposed to fix this ourselves. That was the deal. The deal was I'd help repair it. I am, just more efficiently. No, voice rose. Contractor looked. She didn't care. Efficiently is exactly what you're not supposed to do. The point wasn't fast, it was together, with our hands, not your checkbook. Dominic's expression hardened, wall coming back. I'm trying to make your vision happen, Maya. We're 6 weeks in and we fixed 2 radiators, stripped wallpaper from 3 rooms, and flooded the kitchen. At this rate, the house won't be ready for a decade. So what? So what? People could be using this space. Instead, we're learning something. Maya stepped closer. Building something. Or does that not show up on quarterly reports? That's not fair. Isn't it? You're wearing a suit. Dominic looked down. He was. First time in 6 weeks. Navy, pressed. I had a meeting. You're checking your watch. He was. He stopped. And you brought contractors because you decided it was taking too long. Maya's voice went quiet. Dangerous. You did exactly what you knew you'd do. Got bored and tried to buy your way to the ending. The endowment isn't about control. When did you set it up? What? The endowment. When? Dominic's silence was answer. You already did it, Maya said, before talking to me, before asking. You just decided. It's a good thing. It guarantees funding. It guarantees you stay in control. Voice cracked. Don't you see? This is what you do. You help, but only on your terms, only in ways that keep you in charge. You can't just be here doing the work. You have to optimize it, manage it, turn it into another thing you run. I'm trying to help. You're trying to fix me, fix this, fix your guilt, but you can't, Dominic. You can't fix any of it by throwing money at it. Contractor cleared throat. Mr. Thorne? Give us a minute, without looking away. They stood in yard, van idling, clipboard between them like evidence. Tell me what you want, Dominic said. I don't understand. You said you wanted to help people like my father. I'm making that possible. I wanted us to do it together, not you doing it for me. It's the same. It's not. Maya's eyes stung. When you do things for people without asking, without including them, you're not helping, you're controlling. Dominic went still. Is that what this has been? Control? I don't know. Has it? I thought, voice dropped, I thought we were building something, not just the house, but, gestured between them, helpless. Maya felt it too, the thing growing over 6 weeks, easy silences, accidental touches, the way he'd started showing up in her thoughts. That's what made this hurt worse. We were, quietly. But you just turned it into a business transaction with spreadsheets and contractors and endowments I never asked for. I can cancel the contractors. That's not the point. Then what is? Maya looked at him, at the suit without rust stains, watch he couldn't stop checking, clipboard clutched like armor. The point is you don't trust the process. You don't trust me. You don't trust that building something slowly, imperfectly together is better than having it done fast and right. That's not true. Because you couldn't wait 6 weeks before deciding we were doing it wrong, before deciding you needed to take over. Silence. What do you want me to do? I want you to send them home. Fine. And I want you to leave. That stopped him. What? I want you to leave, Dominic. Go back to your office, your meetings, your quarterly reports. Maya, I was right. At this rate, the house won't be ready for years, and I can't do that with someone who's going to bail when it gets inconvenient, who's going to make decisions without me, who's going to turn everything into just another project to manage. I wouldn't. You already did, voice cracked. You already did, and we're only 6 weeks in. What happens at 12 weeks, 6 months? You'll take over completely, and I'll just be someone you're helping, someone you're fixing. She stopped, took a breath. I can't do that. Not again. Not with you. Dominic stared. Again? Maya looked away. My mom got sick when I was in nursing school, 2nd year. Pancreatic cancer. I dropped out to care for her. Everyone said they'd help. My aunt, mom's friends, casseroles and promises. Swallowed hard. Within a month, they were telling me what to do, how, making decisions about her care without asking, because I was just the daughter. What did I know? They were helping. Maya. By the end, I couldn't make a single decision without someone second-guessing, telling me I was doing it wrong. Try this treatment, see that doctor. It all got lost in everyone else's ideas of what helping looked like. And when she died, I didn't even know if the choices we made were what she wanted or what everyone else wanted for her. She finally looked at him. I can't do that again. I can't hand you this house, this project, us, and watch you turn it into something you run without me. Dominic's face had gone pale. I didn't know. I know you didn't, but that doesn't change what you did. You saw a problem and you solved it without me, just like everyone else. Contractors had stopped, standing by van, uncomfortable. Dominic looked at them, then Maya, then Clipboard. I'll send them home. Quietly. He walked to contractors. After a moment, they started loading back. Dominic handed one a check. Van pulled away. Dominic came back, stood in front of Maya, didn't quite meet her eyes. I'm sorry, you're right, about all of it. I got impatient. I saw how slow we were going and thought I could speed it up, make it better. I didn't think about what that would mean. I didn't ask. No, you didn't. I want to fix this. Tell me how. You can't fix it, Dominic. That's the whole problem. You think everything can be fixed if you just apply the right resources and strategy. But some things aren't problems to solve. They're processes to trust. Dominic finally looked at her. What do I do? Maya took breath. You leave, for now. Go back to your life, and I'll work on the house, alone, like I should have from the beginning. Maya. And maybe, when I'm ready, when I've figured out if I can trust you not to take over, maybe I'll call you, or maybe I won't. But either way, you need to go. For a long moment, Dominic didn't move, just stood there in expensive suit, holding clipboard, looking like everything had fallen apart. Which it had. Okay, finally. Okay, I'll go. He walked to his car, opened a door, paused. For what it's worth, without turning around, these past 6 weeks have been the best weeks I've had in years, and not because we were fixing the house, because I was with you. He got in, drove away. Maya stood in yard alone. Clipboard lay on ground. She picked it up, looked at spreadsheets, timeline, budget, endowment documentation. All carefully planned, perfectly executed, completely wrong. She went inside, walked through rooms they'd worked together. Dining room with working radiators, hallway with half-stripped wallpaper, kitchen with new plumbing. And train room where tiny figures still stood in tiny diner, forever reaching but never quite touching. What do I do, Arthur? The house didn't answer, but as sun set over Elm Street, Maya knew one thing. She'd done the right thing, even if it hurt, even if she missed him already. Because some things were worth protecting, even from people who claimed they were trying to help. 2 weeks later, the senior social club opened on a Saturday. Maya had worked 16-hour days, finished electrical herself with YouTube videos and 3 hardware store trips, painted first-floor rooms, bought second-hand furniture from estate sales, set up coffee station in kitchen, arranged books on shelves she'd built from reclaimed wood. Not perfect, paint jobs slightly uneven, shelves sturdy but not level, furniture didn't match, but it was hers. She'd built it. No contractors, no endowments, no one telling her she was doing it wrong. First guests arrived at 10 a.m. Mrs. Chen from 3 blocks over, Mr. Rodriguez from across the street, 7 others from neighborhood, all Arthur's age or older, all alone too much. By noon, place was full, coffee brewing, conversations flowing, someone brought cookies, someone else a chess set. Maya stood in kitchen doorway, watching. This was it, what Arthur had wanted. Not perfect restoration, not showpiece, just a place where people could be seen. She was refilling the coffee pot when she heard the front door. "Sorry I'm late," a voice said. "Where do you need me?" Maya turned, froze. Dominic stood in doorway, but not the Dominic she knew. This Dominic wore jeans, regular jeans, Target kind, not designer. Flannel shirt, work boots that had seen work, hair slightly messy, wasn't checking his watch because he wasn't wearing one. "What are you doing here?" Maya asked. "I'm here to help." He walked in. "If you'll let me." "Dominic, I'm not here to take over. I'm not here to fix things. I'm just here to show up, wash dishes, serve coffee, listen, whatever you need." Maya stared. "For how long?" "As long as you'll have me." Mr. Rodriguez called from living room. "Miss Maya, we need more cups." "Coming," Maya looked back. "You know how to wash dishes?" "I can learn." She handed him an apron. "Sinks that way, soaps under counter. Try not to flood the kitchen." Dominic smiled, took apron. "No promises." He went to the sink, rolled sleeves, started washing. Maya watched a moment, then went back to serving coffee. Hours blurred. Dominic washed dishes, served coffee, sat and listened to Mrs. Chen talk about grandchildren, helped Mr. Rodriguez set up chessboard. Didn't check his phone once. 4 p.m. last guests left. The house was a mess. Dishes everywhere, crumbs on every surface, coffee rings on tables. It was perfect. Maya collapsed on couch. Dominic collapsed beside her. "That was exhausting," he said. "Welcome to community building." "I love it." Maya turned. "Really? Really?" He looked at her. No spreadsheets, no metrics, no measurable outcomes, just people being together. It's terrifying and wonderful, and I have no idea if I'm doing it right, which means I probably am. If you've made it this far, thank you for being part of this journey. These stories only exist because you show up and listen. If this one touched you, if you know someone who's learning to slow down, to build instead of fix, to show up instead of take over, share it with them. And don't forget to hit subscribe. Every week, we're telling stories about complicated people making complicated choices. You don't want to miss what's coming next. Maya smiled. "What happened to the company, your meetings?" "I stepped down as CEO, made myself chairman instead. Fewer hours, more oversight, less operations. Turns out the company runs fine without me micromanaging. Who knew?" "Arthur knew." "Yeah, he did." Dominic was quiet. "I'm sorry. For the contractors, the endowment, all of it. I should have asked you first. I should have trusted the process. You should have trusted me." "I do now, if it's not too late." Maya looked around at mismatched furniture, slightly crooked shelves, coffee-stained tables, at evidence of imperfect, beautiful community. "It's not too late," she said. "But things are different now." "How?" "You don't get to take over, you don't get to optimize, you don't get to turn this into another thing you run. You show up, you help, you leave when I say leave. Those are the terms." "Deal." "I'm serious, Dominic. The second you start acting like my boss instead of my partner—" "I know, you'll kick me out. I understand." "Good." They sat in comfortable silence. "So, am I allowed to come back tomorrow?" "What time?" "I was thinking 6 a.m. I hear there's a diner that serves terrible oatmeal around then." Maya laughed. "The oatmeal's not that bad." "It's pretty bad." "Fine, it's terrible, but you keep ordering it." "I do." Dominic looked at her. "Because it's not about the oatmeal. It never was." "No, it wasn't." They sat as afternoon light faded. Outside, Elm Street was quiet. Inside, the brownstone felt lived in for first time in years. "I missed this," Dominic said. "Missed you." "I missed you too, but I needed to know I could do it alone, that I could build something without someone taking over. And now you know. And now I know." Maya stood. "Come on, these dishes won't wash themselves." "Actually, that's kind of my job now." "Your job?" "I'm the dishwasher, official position. No pay, terrible hours, the boss is mean." "I'm not mean." "You're a little mean." Maya threw a dish towel at him. "Get to work." They worked side by side as the sun set, washing dishes, wiping tables, restoring order to beautiful chaos. And when they were done, when the house was clean and doors locked, Dominic turned to Maya. "Same time tomorrow?" "Same time." He left. Maya stood in brownstone alone, walked to the train room, looked at tiny figures, waitress with coffee pot, businessman with briefcase. Still there, still watching, but somehow closer now, like they'd finally figured out what Arthur had been trying to tell them all along. Some things can't be fixed, they can only be built, slowly, imperfectly, together. Maya touched tiny diner. "We're getting there, Arthur, slowly, but we're getting there." Outside, streetlights flickered on, Elm Street settled into evening, and inside the brownstone, in every room they'd repaired with their own hands, with patience and stubbornness and slow, hard-won trust, home waited.